Greetings, people of the interwebs. My name is RobotRichie, and welcome to another episode of Robot Analysis. Wow, not really much to say in the beginning now, huh? Where has this world come to? So back to me. A while back, I was watching videos on banned video games and such like that. I also was watching videos on anti-piracy measures in gaming, but I'm not a list YouTuber. Number 15. Video game foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your violent video games is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get. Well, I've seen some gameplay of that, and man, that's some intense stuff there. But it did give me a thought of, is violence really influencing us in video games? You guys are probably rolling in laughter right now mentally and going, ugh.
No, I'm not going to be violent. I played Grand Theft Auto 5, killed a bunch of prostitutes, and robbed a bunch of stores in the game. That doesn't mean I'm going to be violent and do that in real life.
Oh, really now? Well, according to the American Psychological Association, scientific research has demonstrated an association between violent video game use and both increase in aggressive behavior, aggressive affect, aggressive cognitions, and decrease in pro-social behavior, empathy, and moral engagement. Look, I'm not saying you're someone who could be violent, but there's a reason why people would assume this. I think that there's a correlation to violence in games and violence in people, but I also think they're not the only ones to blame. You can ask anyone in the art industry, whether it's animating or making games or singing or acting, you can tell how much of their own personality is pushed into their content. So all of these creators pushing out these violent games, they're just expressing who they are really. It's not like they're telling you,
here, take it, play the game.
But sir, I don't want to play the.
Listen here, you tiny sack of shit. You better play my game. I'll rip out your mother.
So, although I may not fully agree with the way they present themselves, they're still projecting themselves in this specific way. Think about it. Games started off with two lines hitting a square back and forth from being this complex open world game to Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm sorry, I gotta go on a different tangent here and say I'm so freaking excited for this game. I pre-ordered it. I'm gonna be waiting in the GameStop line for an hour. I'm gonna play non-freaking stop. I made Mario in Smash 64, Yoshi in Smash Melee, Olimar in Smash Brawl, Pikachu in Smash 4, and I hope to make the Inklings in Smash 5. I'm so psyched and I can't wait to square up against you guys. I'm sorry. Here's my friend code though, if anyone wants it. Maybe I shouldn't be giving this information out to the public, but there you go. Anyway, so the point is that games have gotten so complex lately. It's insane. That doesn't really explain the violence in the gaming. Let me teach you a lesson. Before a certain game came out to the public, there was no such thing as an ESRB rating that dictates how the game is to be rated. Does anyone know which game that was? Here, let's play a quiz. Is it A, Mortal Kombat, B, Mortal Kombat, C, Mortal Kombat, or D, Mortal Kombat? Alright, it's none of those answers. It's actually Despacito 2, which I hope is coming out this year. So Mortal Kombat sparked a controversy on how violent the fatalities were. Looking at them now, they're incredibly tame compared to the fatalities now. Ooh, damn. Someone had to take an anatomy class for this. Someone had to learn about the human body and animate this. I wonder how awkward it was to animate these frame-by-frame fatalities.
Okay, so on this frame here, you're going to start by throwing his hands into the guy's chest, and then you're going to split him open. Make sure you get the blood on the bones too.
Because of the excessive violence of that game, the ESRB rating has been created. So to say that there's no correlation in violence in games and violence in real life is unrealistic. Did you know that there's such thing as a gaming disorder now? Guess what game caused that one? A, Fortnite, B, Fortnite, C, Fortnite. Okay, enough of that bit. It's Fortnite. Fortnite has been really popular lately, which has caused a lot of kids and teenagers to forget that they have to do basic functions like going to the freaking bathroom. Now, I'm not going to keep bagging on the games. They aren't the ones to blame. Think about it. Have you ever wanted a game for the sake of just playing it alone? Or are you one of those people who like to have the same game that your friends have, so you guys can have a conversation started? Or are you one of those people who buy the game to just play it online and not even touch the story mode of the game? It's a social mechanism. It's a conversation starter. If one person buys a game and their friends see it, then their friends will buy the game, which will get their friends to buy it until a fan base has been created. It's kind of funny that we like to point blame on everything. We don't accept when we're wrong here. Video games relieve tension, though. They're a way to escape from a crappy world that we are in now. I'll be honest, there are times where I wanted to let out steam and frustration, so I play some fighting games. Just because I play fighting games, that doesn't mean I'm a violent kid. I'm a pacifist. If you saw the last episode of The Breakdown, I was talking about how society treats me like I'm crazy and I'm a violent kid. I'm not, but it seems like any visual coping mechanisms could be taken as being violent. For example, squeezing a stress ball in public. So clearly we've met a stalemate. Video games relieve stress and tension on a difficult world, giving someone an opportunity to cope with life's daily issues. However, they also influence teenagers and kids to act stupid in society. They keep people secluded, giving them lack of social skills to act out. Even the president sees how bad video games can be. Like him or not, the fact that he sees it and said such a thing shows that there are some people who actually take gaming way too far. So who is the one to blame, huh? Honestly, we are. The people. The parents. The kids. The SRB rating was created to give us a view on which game is good for us and which ones aren't. They also show which kind of reasons the rating was given to us in the first place. If a game is rated M for mature, it'll say why it's rated at that certain rating. Now we have free will to go and buy these games if we want to or not. I don't want to play parent with some of you guys under 17, but you shouldn't be playing these kind of games at all. There's a reason why they put the rating there to begin with. However, some parents give children these violent games and wonder why it's so violent. What the hell? I spent $65.69 on this M-rated game that showed half-naked women on the cover for my 12-year-old son, so why is it so violent? This is not right. I need to call the FCC right now.
Hello, the FCC here.
What is this garbage? I bought this game for $65.69 for my child, and there's so much negative content right here.
We're a little busy taking down net neutrality. Can you call us back later?
So, we are to blame. Kids need to stop playing video games that aren't up to their rating. We have this kind of mentality that if we're not allowed to do something, we want to do it more. And parents, if you want to stop your kids from playing these games, don't buy it from them. Take it away from them. And while you're at it, restrict a specific time limit for games. I wouldn't recommend an hour a day kind of thing, because that would just restrain them pretty badly, making this problem worse. I do recommend setting a boundary though. There's a reason why gaming disorders are a thing. You wouldn't want your kid peeing in a bucket or panicking the hell out if you take away their games, right? It is kind of reasonable. Thank you guys for watching this episode of this thing right here. I'm tired and I'm bored. So click here to watch the robot analysis based off of confidence, and click here to watch the breakdown based on stigmatization I made for my college class. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to see more crap that questions your existence, and I bid you all adieu.